guys, Gold Pony here today in the 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA250, courtesy of Sun Motor Cars in Mechanicsburg, PA. And in case you guys are wondering about all the colorful accents on this one, that is because this one I am in today is the Motorsport Edition. I'll get a little more into that later, but for now, let's start with pricing. And so to start, the base CLA is going to start at $32,400. Then there's the 4MATIC version, aka the Mercedes all-wheel drive system. That one's going to go for $34,400. And then since I am in the Motorsport Edition today, the pricing for that one's going to come in at around $48,175. But regardless of the trim level that you go with, the power plant is going to be the same. That one's going to come from a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, putting out 208 horsepower, 5,500 RPM. And 258 pound-feet of torque, available at a very low 1,250 RPM. 0 to 60 time for the front-wheel drive version is going to come in at around 6.9 seconds. And for the 4MATIC all-wheel drive, 6.8 seconds. And that power is going to be fed to the wheels through a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission. And in case you're curious, as far as the miles per gallon goes, that's going to come in at 24 in the city, 36 on the highway for the front-wheel drive, and 23 in the city, 32 on the highway for the all-wheel drive. And this one is going to take premium fuel. But now, since I haven't done it yet, let me do a quick little acceleration here, see how quickly we can get the CLA250 here up to speed. Wasn't expecting that. This was actually pretty darn quick. Definitely adequate for merging onto the highway. And now, like I was saying, this one does come with a 7-speed dual clutch automatic, but it does also come with paddle shifters as well. And so as always, let me put it in paddle shift mode here, which you can do by simply pressing on one of the paddle shifters. And let's see how quickly these paddle shifters react for me. Wow. They are freaking lightning quick, just as fast as the Audi RS7 I drove the other day. Seriously, I did not expect that either. These paddle shifters are freaking quick. I love that. I love when paddle shifters do that. Enough with the paddle shifters. Another thing I want to mention to you guys is this one does come with dynamic select. And that button's going to be located on the front dash here, but when you press that, you get to cycle through several different driving modes. One of them is going to be Eco. That's going to be your most fuel efficient settings, of course. Another one is going to be Comfort. That's going to be used for everyday driving. Then there is going to be Sport, which is what I just had it in when I was testing out the paddle shifters, of course. And then lastly, there is Individual, where you're able to configure your own personal settings to your own liking. But anyways, what those different driving modes are going to do is it's going to adjust the throttle response, also the steering sensitivity, so you're going to have a much heavier feel when you're in sport mode, more of a direct response in the steering, and also the shift points for the RPMs. And that's probably going to be your most noticeable one, because when you put it in sport mode, the car immediately downshifts, so you're at a higher RPM. But now let me touch again on those miles per gallon, because I was just at a red light back there, and the CLA actually does shut off when you're stopped, which again is going to help this one get even better miles per gallon. But anyways, moving on to the exterior here. Up front, there is of course that diamond block grille that always looks awesome, and the Mercedes-Benz star front and center. Then to the sides, there are projector beam lighting that comes standard. However, there is an optional lighting setup that's going to be LED headlamps with LED daytime running lights, which of course is what you're looking at right now. And since I have the Motorsport Edition, you guys see the teal accents. That is of course going to come standard on the Motorsport Edition. I actually like it. I think it's an awesome accent color on this one. But then swinging around to the sides, standard wheel setup is going to be a 17-inch 5-spoke design. And there are a few different optional 18-inch wheel setups available as well, like the ones you were seeing right now. And once again, the teal accent's only standard with the Motorsport Edition. But anyways, taking a step back for a second, the coupe styling here is based off the CLS, which is probably pretty obvious based on the sweeping arches and the frameless doors as well. It's got more of a coupe design, but with 4 doors. But then checking out those power side mirrors, they do come with integrated turn signals as well. And heading around to the back, there are wraparound rear taillights there. There's more of the teal accents because this is the Motorsport Edition, and for all trims, there is a dual exhaust setup. And so now, since we are around back, the cargo capacity is going to come in at 13.1 cubic feet. And in case that was not enough, those rear seats do fold down for a good bit of extra space if you needed it. But then heading around to the back seats, as far as the rear seat legroom comes in, that's going to be 27.1 inches. So for reference, I'm an even 6 feet tall. This is how much space I had going on back there. So it's not going to be a ton, but I was able to still fit. And of course, for those rear passengers, there is some rear ventilation back there as well, and there is a fold-down rear armrest with dual cup holders, so the passengers can have a little added luxury back there as well. But then heading up front, this is one of the coolest parts I'm about to get into here. There are sport front seats. Those seats are a combination of Recaro and AMG design. They're bolstered very well, and there is lumbar support as well on these, which I did play around with. So if you guys were wondering how comfortable these seats are, they actually are extremely comfortable because there are so many different ways you can adjust these to really make them your own. So by adjusting that lumbar support, I actually got very comfortable in them, so definitely a fan. And once again, they have the teal accents thanks to the Motorsport Edition. But then anyways, on the CLA250 though, without these seats, they are going to get ambient interior lighting under the headrest, which is actually a pretty cool feature in itself. But then heading up front, there is a 3-spoke steering wheel. It is tilt and telescoping. There is perforated leather on the side here, and it has a flat bottom as well, so pretty cool design. So as far as the seats and the steering wheel, definitely no issues with finding my perfect driving position there. But then as far as the startup goes, if you guys wanted to check out the key, that is what the key is going to look like. It of course has your lock and unlock, and you can pop the rear trunk as well. Pretty heavy key, pretty heavy duty. Definitely a big fan of that. But anyways, keep the key in your pocket or put it anywhere in the car. Put your foot on the brake. There's going to be a push button start. And then upon startup, those gauges are going to come in a silver and black finish. Definitely a clean look there. And then front and center, there's going to be a good bit of other information you could scroll through as well. Of course, on the very top, you're going to have your outside temperature and time of the day, but also it's going to tell you, of course, how many miles are on your car, as well as how many miles you have left until you hit empty. Also, it's going to have an eco display to kind of tell you how you're driving at any given time. It's going to be a bunch of driving information, how long you've been driving, and there is a digital speed display you can set up in the middle as well, which is what I would actually keep it on. And this information up here is all controlled using the steering wheel mounted controls. So if you scroll to the right a little bit, you can check out the navigation information up there as well. There's the audio information, Bluetooth once you link your phone to the car, a bunch of safety settings which you can adjust and view up here. And of course, the car's going to tell you things like when you need to get your oil changed and stuff like that. But anyways, enough with that. Let me move on to overall interior quality. First, let me start with what I personally appreciate the most on this one, and that is the panorama roof I have on this one. It is an optional feature. It goes for just under $1,500, but it lets in so much more light for videos like this. And the rear passengers, of course, get a view of the sky at night so they can watch the stars while you're driving. Definitely an awesome feature. But anyways, back up front, there is dual zone climate control in all the CLA250s. And as far as the dash up here goes, it is a soft touch leather on the very top. There's a suede insert in the middle, and some more soft touch leather right below that. And of course, there's a bunch of awesome teal accents on mine, like around the ventilation and also the stitching as well, and the seats like I previously mentioned. So that's definitely pretty awesome. But now let's check out some of the tech here. So there is a new larger 8-inch color display for 2017, and there is a knob and a couple buttons right beside the cup holder up here, and that's going to be how you control everything on the screen, so you don't have to worry about getting it all fingered up and all that. But anyways, if you hit the star button right in front of the knob there, that's going to be your main display. You can check out things like the navigation, there's going to be your radio, then there is your Bluetooth, and then there is the little vehicle icon, and that's where you're going to be able to see the different driving modes, of course. And by the way, I should mention that navigation icon, that is optional, and that comes with the multimedia package if you guys were interested. And as far as the sound system goes, this one does come with the optional Harman Kardon surround sound system, which comes with the premium pack, and it does come with 450 watts. So as always, I think it's about time. Let's see what we got on the radio today, and let's test out the sound system here. What the heck was that? And so I'm not sure if you guys can consider that music or not, but it was quite loud, and there was actually a lot of bass. I did hear a lot of bass, so definitely impressed with that. Harman Kardon sound system is definitely a pretty sweet setup. Anyways, last thing I wanted to mention on this one is there is a reverse camera as well. And so that's going to be available with grid lines as well. So as you turn the steering wheel in reverse, it's going to kind of give you a better idea of where you're going. And there is also another view you can check out there. It gives you more of a wide angle of what's behind you, so you can definitely make sure you don't run anything or anyone over, which as always leads me into safety. So to start, there are 8 standard airbags. That includes front, side, and side curtain airbags, and front knee airbags for both the driver and the passenger as well. Then there is active brake assist. There's attention assist, which monitors up to 70 different driving parameters to alert you through audible and visual warnings if the car detects that you're getting drowsy. Then of course there is the tire pressure monitoring system. There are rain sensing windshield wipers, and there's a bunch of optional safety features as well, like blind spot assist, and a bunch of this stuff actually comes comes with the driver assistance package, which goes for $1,500, like lane keeping assist and distance pilot distronic as well, which is an adaptive cruise control system basically, and it can actually come to a full stop and brake if the vehicle in front of you does so. So all you got to do is turn that on and steer, and if the car in front of you stops, your vehicle is going to stop as well. Pretty crazy technology, right? So that is about it for the safety features, and that is about it for this video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like the video and subscribe. Feel free to check me out on the stuff at the bottom of the screen right there, and I will see you guys in the next video. Stay gold! I drank too many freaking energy drinks before this video. I have way too much energy to be doing this right now.